You know how those super cheap fries you eat are actually made? Once you see the process, you'll probably never want to buy them again. Unlike real fries, these cheap ones barely even touch a potato. To cut costs, vendors swap out potatoes for flour and starch. They dump loads of cheap flour and starch into a huge metal barrel, add water, and start mixing. But here's the kicker. This isn't regular drinking water. They use Ganges River water, claiming it adds flavor. Locals might see it as holy, but in reality, the dough gets shoved into a machine. It heats up, gets pressed under high pressure, and squeezed through a mold into long strips. These fake fries look almost identical to real ones, maybe even more uniform in shape. They're cooled down on racks, cut into standard lengths, and then left out in the sun to dry. Not fried yet, just dried under blazing heat for hours, picking up dust and germs floating around in the air. Once they're dry, they finally hit the oil, but it's not clean, fresh oil. It's old, reused, dark, and smells awful. In that boiling oil, the fake fries turn golden fast and suddenly look super appetizing. To hide the bad smell, workers dump on tons of seasoning. The go-to choice? Masala powder. It's strong and spicy, perfect for masking the weird flavors. Then they add some cheap artificial flavoring, and boom, suddenly it smells amazing. After cooling, they're bagged up and sealed. The packaging looks bright, colorful, and premium, but that's all just a trick. Most people have no idea these fries have nothing to do with real potatoes. Sure, they're cheap and seem like a good deal, but they're loaded with risks. Eat them long term and you're getting way too much oil, salt, and chemical additives. That means weight gain, stomach problems, and maybe even worse. And don't forget the Ganges water. Every bite could be full of bacteria. So next time you see those bargain fries, stop and think about what they're actually made of. Once you know the truth, you might toss that bag straight into the trash. Sure, they're cheap and seem like a good deal, but they're loaded with risks. Eat them long term and you're getting way too much